did hurt. But some foolish stuff that went on, something like he went in a meeting unprepared. Like, dude, Shedeur Sanders, who's had 6 different coordinators, who has still functioned and went up, leveled up every time we brought somebody new in. You gonna tell me he had on headphones? Anybody know my son, I understand he's a professional. Like, he's gonna go into a meeting with headphones on. Like, y'all come on, man. But you know what? That gave them something that they needed. It gave them the edge that I have. You know, when folks say we're gonna be nothing, we had to prove that. That gave them the edge that they needed. Both of them.
The Cleveland Browns really thought they'd finally solved their eternal quarterback curse. But then Deion Sanders came through and dropped one move that turned their whole master plan into pure comedy. This isn't just football anymore. It's a full-blown reality show with shoulder pads and chaos.
Protect that quarterback. Every week we say, let's protect that quarterback. Let's do some things that we don't feel like they can stop. We feel like we have the best receiving core in the country. We can protect the quarterback, and those guys, eventually they're going to get open, especially if we have the assistance of a running game. And we showed flashes of having a running game. Isaiah did a phenomenal job today breaking one, but we got to be more consistent with that. And sky would be the limit if we can really have consistency and the word escapes me what I'm trying to say, but we need to really want and desire and just have passion to run the football at times.
The Browns quarterback drama just became the juiciest saga in the NFL, and it's got more twists than a season finale cliffhanger. You might want to grab some popcorn for this one, because the madness is unreal. If you're feeling this breakdown, make sure to hit subscribe. It helps the channel way more than you think. Now, let's talk about Cleveland's never-ending quarterback roulette. For decades, it's been like watching the same bad sitcom that refuses to get canceled, no matter how terrible the ratings get.
We don't care about being correct anymore. We just want to be first.
Oh.
And there's no subjection to you when you're wrong. Nobody says nothing. You just go with it. I'm not saying that's the case, but that's where we are in media. Nobody gives a darn about being correct and being right. Everybody just want to be first. That don't make no sense to me. I would love the integrity that we once had with media. I would love that.
Every year, they swipe right on a new quarterback, hoping this one will finally be the one. And every year, it's the same heartbreak all over again. You'd think by now they'd have a clue. But nope, the Browns somehow made picking a quarterback look like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. And just when it couldn't get worse, Deion Sanders walked in and turned their confusion into national entertainment. Deion didn't just make a move. He dropped a bomb with the confidence of a man wearing designer shades at midnight.
Yeah, Deion over there sipping that tea, dropping jewels. Like, look, what's going on, media? First of all, y'all asked me about this quarterback controversy decision that you know I can't answer because I'm trying to get the leg up on my opponent. So come on. But do your job. I get it. But since we're talking about, and you see he took that pause, since we're talking about doing your job, what's up with y'all job? Like, y'all used to have some integrity, as he said. Now y'all just trying to be first. Just make sure you get out there. Even if it hurts Colorado, even no matter what I do, where I lead the people, I don't care. I want to be first.
He didn't even have to say a word. The second his decision hit, Cleveland's front office looked like students who just realized their big project was due yesterday. The panic, instant. The fallout, legendary. This isn't strategy anymore. It's survival in real time. This wasn't just a football move anymore. It was an expose, a roast, and a reality check all rolled into one explosive primetime moment.
I just can't wait to see what comes to pass on the field. A couple quarterbacks are fighting for who's going to be who. We don't know. No one's getting a nod right now. We're testing both of them and see how they react to what Pat is throwing at them, and they're doing a phenomenal job in leadership. You got to understand the offensive line and some of the guys that are still here is used to a certain type of leader, and these guys, we want them. The standard is the standard. We're not going to shy away from the standard at receiver, at quarterback, or wherever have it. The standard is the standard. Let's go.
It felt less like sports and more like Deion Sanders hosting an unplanned comedy special at Cleveland's expense. See, Deion's got that rare energy that makes everyone else look like they're playing catch-up. The man could stroll into a corporate meeting with nothing but a whistle around his neck and still make the executives look lost. And that's exactly what went down with the Browns. While Deion calmly guided his squad with that laser-sharp vision he's known for, Cleveland was out here stumbling through the dark again, tossing money, prayers, and desperate hope at any quarterback who could halfway throw a spiral. It's like they think chaos is part of the playbook. Let's be real. The Browns' quarterback strategy makes less sense than a toddler's art project.
We ain't petitioning for nobody. We ain't doing that. We got a wonderful display of cameras here, and I think we on national television every week. If they can't see it, there's a problem. Don't allow their hatred for me to interfere with our kids' success. They got to stop that. Y'all got to stop some of y'all like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. Give the kids what they deserve, man. I done had my turn. You had, I played 14 years. You had 14 years to hate me. Now let it go.
One week, they're searching for their future franchise savior. And the next, they're pressing reset like it's a video game. The wild part? Browns fans didn't need fancy ESPN graphics or press conferences to get it. The moment Deion made his move, everyone saw it clear as day. His precision made Cleveland's confusion look downright tragic and hilarious. It was like watching someone with 20/20 vision hand glasses to a dude who's been walking into walls his whole life. Suddenly, every fan, every reporter, every rival could see the Browns' quarterback situation for what it truly is: chaotic, desperate, and absolutely ridiculous.
Career is being destroyed as of right now, but we're going to see what guys say about that. We're going to see what guys say about that. Again, I told you he was going to be where he is until the truth came out. Here we are. We're talking about the third phase and this entire plot to erasure and to destroy Shedeur's career, to kick Shiloh out, to hold down the Sanders legacy, and to elevate the Manning legacy. That's all.
And here's the best part. Deion didn't even have to name drop them. He just made his move, and the ripple effect exposed everything. That's how deep Cleveland's dysfunction runs. It's like a haunted house, man. All it takes is one flashlight beam, and suddenly you realize just how terrifying the mess really is. Meanwhile, over in Cleveland, the panic meter was exploding off the charts. You could almost hear the front office whispering, "Wait, does this make us look clueless?" Oh, it did, and worse. Deion exposed them without even trying, like a chef bringing five-star cuisine to a potluck while everyone else is standing there holding sad bags of chips. The contrast was brutal.
It was one of those nights, and I mean, shoot, that's what we expect. He's so darn good that we don't give him the credit that he deserves for some of the things that he does.
Coach, you started 15-15 school record.
Wow. See, you don't even know that stuff because you're into the game and you're coaching. You don't even think about that kind of stuff. I remember, I think he did that one time in Jackson, that he was phenomenal like that. But wow. And they don't even mention him, but he's not even mentioned. Oh, my bad. He's not.
Deion came through with clarity, direction, and confidence, while the Browns, they're starring in their own tragic sitcom, where every fresh start spoils faster than milk left in the sun. Every new era collapses before the ink on the contract even dries. Fans are fed up, the league's cracking jokes, and Deion's just standing there calm as ever, proving that real leadership exposes weakness faster than any stat sheet ever could. The Browns didn't just get compared to Deion, they got completely undressed by him without him lifting a finger. He showed the world that their entire decision-making process is one big house of cards, ready to collapse at the slightest breeze.
What are the Browns doing with Shedeur Sanders? I don't quite understand why they didn't just release him when they had to cut a quarterback if they're not even going to use him in the practice squad.
It is an interesting situation that the Browns have because, like, their purported savior is this fifth-round draft pick, and it just so happened to be in a year in which they drafted a quarterback ahead of him. So maybe we trust the evaluation there and say, like, maybe Dillon Gabriel. I know it doesn't make sense to our eyes, and Shedeur probably fits what you envision a franchise quarterback looking like, certainly more than Dillon Gabriel. But they have two of these ripcords that...
And honestly, who's shocked? Their quarterback list over the years is longer than a CVS receipt. Quarterbacks in, quarterbacks out, like a revolving door that never stops spinning. At this point, it's like they're running a QB clearance sale. Everything must go, no refunds. And yet, somehow, they still can't get the basics right. When you line up Deion's confidence next to Cleveland's confusion, it's not even a contest. It's straight up comedy gold.
At my own point of view, like, I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get to where I want to go then for him to see me. I don't want him to come and see me, get a couple reps and, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just like focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know how the media, we know how everybody will take it and take away from the team just from him being my own dad showing up. So, it's a gift and a curse at the.
This isn't a rivalry anymore. It's a live sketch where the Browns keep setting themselves up for the punchline, and everyone's in the audience laughing. One side is sharp, fearless, and laser-focused. The other, the Browns, still treating quarterback decisions like a group project where nobody bothered to do the homework. That's the perfect irony of it all. Until Cleveland figures that out, every move they make is gonna look like the blooper reel to Deion's highlight tape. Pure embarrassment on replay. Now here's the million-dollar question. How many times do the Browns need to trip over their own playbook before they finally get it right? Or better yet, will they ever get it right? Because right now, it feels like Deion Sanders, with one slick, calculated decision, just turned their entire quarterback circus into the NFL's biggest open secret, and it's hilarious. The wildest part? This whole mess quietly exposed how the Browns, and honestly, the league itself, really feel about Shedeur Sanders. They don't even need to say it out loud. You can see it in the hesitation, the awkward pauses, the way they treat his name like it's written in invisible ink on their scouting reports. It's all there, hidden in plain sight. Shedeur could throw a football through a hurricane, win a game blindfolded, and the narrative would still be that he needs more proving. Like, come on, or worse, they pull out that tired line. It's not the right time. Not the right time? The Browns haven't had the right time since rotary phones were a thing. If this isn't the right time, what are they waiting for? The invention of teleportation.
One of them is going to be one.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is going to be
speak it
one.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4. Now, all this is subjective because I know where I kind of want them to go. And let's not forget shallow, okay? But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you on point.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be an.
It's honestly comical how obvious the bias is. The league loves its chosen ones, those perfectly packaged faces of the franchise they hype to the moon, and then act shocked when the pressure crushes them. But when someone like Shedeur actually walks the walk, suddenly everyone gets stage fright. The Browns need a quarterback like a fish needs water, but instead of diving in, they're standing at the edge debating whether the water's too wet. You can't make this stuff up. It's not football strategy anymore. It's pure fear dressed up as decision-making, and Deion just made that crystal clear for the world to see. Deion's decision didn't just shake things up. It exposed how ridiculous the whole situation really is. But let's keep it real. This isn't just about Cleveland anymore. The truth is, the entire league has been dragging its feet on Shedeur from day one. And don't let anyone act like it's a mystery. There's a weird, unspoken fear in the NFL that Shedeur Sanders might actually be that guy. You can see it everywhere, in the awkward silence, the soft avoidance, the way analysts downplay his highlights like they're just lucky moments. Please, you don't luck your way into pinpoint accuracy, calm composure, and surgical throws under pressure. That's not luck. That's generational skill staring them right in the face while they pretend to study backup QBs, like that's the future. The double standard is wild. Some quarterbacks throw one deep ball at practice and the whole media machine loses its mind. Instant comparisons to Montana, legends, greatness, all that hype. But when Shedeur does it, crickets. The same analysts who worship mediocrity suddenly turn into skeptics when real talent walks in. And Cleveland? Man, their part in this circus is just embarrassing. They're a franchise that's been stuck on the quarterback carousel for decades, spinning so hard it's basically a carnival ride now. Yet when Shedeur's name comes up, everyone freezes like someone just asked them to solve quantum physics on a napkin. The hesitation, the overthinking, the constant maybe later routine, it's comedy gold. If decision-making were an Olympic event, the Browns wouldn't even make it past tryouts. What makes it even funnier is how every time they stall, they just expose themselves more. It's like watching someone spill ketchup on their shirt and then try to hide it by flipping it inside out. Like, bro, we still see the stain. Now you just look confused and messy. Deion's clarity with his own choices threw a giant spotlight on all of it. Cleveland's indecision, the league's hesitation, and the uncomfortable truth that Shedeur's absence from their plans looks way too intentional. The man has the tools, the poise, the leadership, everything that screams franchise quarterback. But the league's acting like he's rewriting a script they're not ready for. So instead, we get this awkward charade where other quarterbacks get opportunities hand-delivered like Amazon Prime packages, while Shedeur has to fight through layers of unnecessary doubt he's already crushed on the field. It's like handing out participation trophies to everyone else, then telling Shedeur he's got to invent fire before he's allowed to win a medal. Let's stop pretending. This bias isn't subtle, it's blinding, and every time Deion makes a bold move, it just makes that spotlight shine even brighter on how broken the system really is. It's not about who I'd like to see him play for, it's about who's brave enough to actually give him the shot he deserves. And Browns fans, they see it clear as day. NFL fans in general see it too. Every single time Shedeur gets overlooked, it's like the league's trying to sleep through the loudest alarm clock on earth. You can fake being asleep all you want, but everyone knows you're just lying there wide awake, refusing to face the noise. The NFL's issue with Shedeur isn't about talent or performance, it's about fear. Fear of being wrong, fear of change, fear of someone who refuses to fit neatly into their outdated little boxes. Shedeur could walk into almost any locker room tomorrow and lift that team's entire energy. But instead, the league's stuck in analysis paralysis, convincing themselves that maybe, just maybe, the answer's already on their roster. Spoiler alert, it's not. And here's the wild part. Every delay, every pause, every excuse only makes Shedeur look better. Because while the Browns and half the league are fumbling through their indecision, Shedeur keeps stacking proof. Game after game, throw after throw, play after play. Every performance is another receipt stamped and filed for everyone to see. And when the narrative finally breaks, and trust me it will, his rise is going to hit even harder because of how long they tried to downplay it. The longer they pretend not to see it, the bigger his breakout becomes. That's the beautiful irony of it all. The truth is simple. Shedeur Sanders is the next big thing, and deep down, everybody knows it. The Browns know it, the NFL knows it, and the fans have known it for a while now. The only ones still pretending otherwise are the ones too scared to admit they've been wrong from the jump. And the longer they keep dodging the truth, the funnier the whole thing gets. Because at this point, Shedeur doesn't need validation. It's the league in Cleveland that need therapy for their fear of making the right call. The man's already proved he's built different. It's everyone else who's too nervous to admit it. And honestly, watching them squirm, panic, and overthink while Shedeur keeps shining might just be the most entertaining part of the whole show. If you're loving this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.